has nothing to lose because you don't. And when you realize that, that's when you make the decision that you're going to play your best. Because if you don't have it tomorrow. You don't get another 48 minutes. That's what we're here for. The pride, the tradition, the family. Yeah, about the guys in this room. Nothing else. 48 minutes for everybody who's here. Do you understand me?
Yes, Coach.
Do you understand me?
Yes, Coach.
Welcome back, CFB Nation. This is P2P with Boomer and DDP. I am your host, Nino Brown, a.k.a. DDP, and I got my guy, my dude, my brother from another mother, Boomer, a.k.a. Jared Gray, my co-host. How we doing tonight, homie?
Man, I'm good. We dropped a fire episode, this morning. A little culture issue we're seeing in the SEC, so might as well pick it up with Lane Train.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk hot takes, right? He's the hot take king. Although, like we just said, he's been really, really quiet lately. I feel like he's just letting the other guys take the heater. He's going to sit in the AC for a minute. And then come July, like we said, he's always good for a couple hot takes.
Yeah, as soon as media days get here, it's going to be an absolute show. He's just sitting back, arms folded, just like, man, you guys are doing enough for me right now. I ain't got to say nothing to you.
Yeah, he got his feet up.
I don't need no spicy take right now.
Yeah, he's just like sipping on his lemonade. Like these guys, when they gonna learn, bro? Like when are they gonna learn? He learned early, right? He learned very early, and he just chilled after that. He's like, I ain't got time for that. My cholesterol, my blood pressure ain't ready for all that stuff. I'm a young buck still in this game. I'm gonna try to stay young. I ain't gonna go down this route as these old dogs. So it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. But we're going to dive into Ole Miss today. We're going to break them down a little bit, talk about the spring game, talk about these guys in and out of the portal. But Boom, how's life, man? How's everything been? It's been a long week. We had a couple episodes together this week, which is a rarity. We don't usually get that many. So what's good?
It's been crazy. I actually finished finals today. Got my grades back. So I have 10 days of relaxation until I do summer classes. And
he says 10 days like it's a vacation. my man just crammed like a whole semester in like a quarter of a semester. Don't let him be humble about it. He got it done.
I'm taking 20 hours, and then for summer, I think I'm only taking 10. No, I'm taking 9. I'm taking 9 hours for summer, and then another 20 in the fall to finish. So.
And then you're done? Like no more?
And then I'm done. Yeah, I'll graduate in December. So,
well, kudos to you, man. You're a family man. You got all the kids. You do. I run your drive with doing shows with me. Coach runs your drive with doing shows with him. And
honestly, this is like my getaway.
I know, but it's still work. And to us, it's not work, but it's still time away from what you got to do. The end game. I appreciate you, my man. You know that.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You've been absolutely crushing it. So. If you guys don't know, Nino has been. I don't know when you sleep. I mean, we talk about me being busy.
I'm a bat, bro.
I don't know when you're busy.
I literally sleep up. I got a contraption on the ceiling. I hang upside down, and I just sleep like a bat. Couple hours.
Dude, straight vampire over here.
That's a Dracula out this MF. But listen, I told Dennis today, man. I'm only as good as my team. I got a solid team behind me at CFB Nation and T2T. If it wasn't for you guys, my motivation every day. Like I have an idea and it could go by the wayside, but I bring it to the group and you guys tell me to run with it. So I appreciate everybody on the team. Like I said today, I put a post out on Twitter that says, tell your team how much you care about them because it's needed in this toxic space. I tell you guys as much as I can how much I appreciate all you guys. And then there's just guys outside of my team that I appreciate: Mace, Jake Crane, Shane, Brian Bosage. I mean, the list goes on. But like, I came into this little over a year ago, not knowing anybody really. Hooked up with you and Coach, kind of got the ball rolling. And I just made friends, man, and relationships, bro. Be honest. Be genuine with people. And that's the thing I can say. I always say, I posted on Twitter, just be original, be you. But when you meet people, it's just like any other thing. I know this space can be toxic. Just be genuine, man. And the friendships you can develop can last a lifetime.
100%. And that's what we're about. We're just talking about it off scale. That you see a lot of people trying to come in, just get as much click as they can, like try to grow. Listen, we're trying to grow the right way. We got building relationships and friendships here. So we have a reputation to uphold, and we're the best college football show, bar none. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm gonna let him talk.
I'm gonna battle it.
I do enough talking. I'm gonna let him talk. He's my dude. I stand by anything he says. Whatever flag he plants, bro, I'm pushing that thing in the ground with him. So,
well, I'll be planting flags. I promise you that.
If my man Boomer says we're the best college football show out there, then we're the best damn college football show out there, and I'll take the heat for anything. Bring that smoke. No disrespect to my counterparts. There's a lot of guys out there I respect, but my man says that we're the best. We're the damn best. So that's it. Let's get into this Ole Miss Rebels spring breakdown. I know this is your dude, so I'm excited for what you got to say because I know Lane Train's been your guy for a minute now. The spring game was kind of interesting to me because I've been saying for a while, and I got a little slack on it. I said Sanders is going to be QB1. I don't per se see anything eye-popping coming off the TV screen in Jaxon Dart, right? I mean, I know sometimes you need to change the scenery, but he didn't really get it done at USC, right? Last year was kind of okay. He has the thing that kills me. You could see the cerebral in him, right? He has that, and you can see the howitzer in him, but it's inconsistent. You have a weapon.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I feel like it's he's a poor man's Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. He's a gangster, Justin Herbert, bro. Get it right. He got the eye makeup on. He got that swag, bro.
Well, that's the thing is he has the attitude. So let's drop a little farther down. He's got the attitude of slightly above Sam Howell, right?
He got Baker Mayfield attitude, bro.
Yeah,
he don't have the swag. He got the attitude. He just don't have the swag.
Yeah, and for me that ain't good because
no.
if you got an attitude, you better have some swag, and then have some talent. Because at least my man Baker went 2 years in a row at Oklahoma is two of the best college football career years in college football history. So at least he can say that.
I see glimpses of it, bro. He flashes it, right? There's games he flashes. There was a couple games where he flashed that Mingo. Man, he looked like he was like locked in. And then there was games where I'm like, bro, bring in Altamont. Bring Luke in because this kid ain't ready. And he's had all the time to be ready, but Luke's not there no more, right? But they brought my guy in. I know Brian Bosage is a good friend of mine, and he says I have a lot of guys in college football, but there's a lot of teams, so I'm allowed to have a lot of guys, right?
132 of them.
Right.
Up to 150 soon, so there's that. So
you know what I mean? Like, there's 32 teams in the NFL, and I tend to stay out of a lot of teams on the AFC because Pat's on my team. So, like, I'm limited. So there's guys I like, but in college football, man, I got, 3 or 4 teams. Outside that, there's no loyalty. If I like a guy, I like a guy. So my list of guys, I'm like John Gruden. I got guys. You know what I mean? Sanders is my guy. I liked him at Oklahoma State. Me and you kind of battled it out a little bit because Boomer Sooner. I get it. But he got that moxie, right? You want to talk about swag? I think Spencer Sanders got that swag. He handles himself well. He's a leader on the field. And he got it done in the spring game, right? Like, this dude's battling a shoulder injury. Threw for almost 200 yards. Ran for 70-something yards. Like, I don't know.
He's bar none the best athlete of the two. I mean, it ain't even close.
Who's got the better arm? Jaxon Dart got the better arm, right?
If I'm throwing accuracy, if I put accuracy in there, I say no. Maybe couldn't hit broadside of a barn.
No, you're right. And that's my issue with him. Is the inconsistency with his accuracy. Like, he'll go games where he's 75%, and then you'll get games where he's like Anthony Richardson.
I want to see you throw 75%
regularly,
greater than 10 yards.
You had to go that route, huh? Hey, but listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I've been very critical of Doc. Right? KT will tell you the same thing. I've been critical of him, but Mingo didn't throw the ball to himself, right? Mingo made it to the NFL second round draft capital.
I'll be honest with you. When we saw Mingo live, we were like, He could have been so much better this year.
Yo,
It's just the truth.
if he had
He looks so
Sanders,
good live.
if he had Sanders last year at QB, he might have been in the first round. You know what I'm saying? He might have made it to Kansas City at 31 instead of Felix Nduze. Oh, man. And the fact that people are hating on Felix right now at the 31 pick, miss me.
Bro.
He's a dude.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I mocked that one.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dude.
I'm not going to lie. I think
Duke Azama is an absolute monster, and it was a great pick by Kansas City.
Yeah, you're pairing him with young bucks. You pair him with Karlaftis on the other side, right? I mean, Chris Jones ain't young, but he's a veteran.
Hey, he only 28.
28 in football ain't young, homie. You know that.
Hey, Derek Brooks played to what he's 36?
Outlier. We got outliers here. Brady played for
16 years. That dude played 16 years in the pro.
That's an alien, bro.
He is
that's
absolute
an
monster,
alien, bro. All right, let's dive a little bit more into this Ole Miss group here. Mingo's gone, right? We talked about that. He was their dude last year. They got Trey Harris coming in, right? Jordan Watkins is returning. JJ Henry's returning. Jalen Knox, Dayton Wade. But this is one guy that everybody had hype about. I know my boy Kevin Coleman at Debbie Royale and the Football Guys. You catch him on Twitter at the Boys 22. He's big on Marshall, right? I know he's coming out of Texas A&M. He had a lot of hype. He really kind of couldn't put it together over there with the Aggies. But bro,
neither could their quarterback. So,
well, that was probably part of it, right? This carousel.
That's why I'm telling you, Marshall he gonna ball.
I think he can have a Mingo year. I really do. I'm seeing a lot of Moss moments, bro. He had 2 Moss moments in that spring game. I was like, oh, okay. This is what the hype was about going into the Aggies.
I mean,
can he be that dude?
I'm gonna give you if there's a betting line and over under, I'm gonna guess it's 850, which is would be a perfect line because it would really make you debate on what you're gonna do. Because I think 850 is a perfect number for him coming into this year.
How many touchdowns?
6.
You get 850 and 6 after being kind of non-existent for 2 seasons. That puts you on the map, bro.
Hey, that sits off top of my head. So, yeah. I mean, I said that pretty fast. So, I mean, I didn't even debate about it. Like, I think 6 might be the
floor. The floor. I love it. Hey, let's talk about this one gentleman that me and you have talked about for a little bit now. And I can't understand why they didn't utilize him. But 9 for 138 and a touchdown in a spring game. Now, I get it. You're going against your own defense and all that. But Michael Trigg has been supposedly supposed to be this dude. Right? We've been hearing about Trigg's athleticism. He's off the charts. He's got mitts. He's supposed to be up there with Mayer and Kincaid and Bowers, but I haven't seen it. This spring game, bro, he looked a little bit leaner, right? He looked lighter on his feet, crisper in the middle of the field, and they were peppering him. Has Lane finally figured it out with this guy? What's the story here?
I mean, here's my thing: is you see so many dominant teams play well because their tight end plays well.
Exactly.
And if you do not keen in on this Lane train, it might be time to move on. And because how many tight ends were drafted this year in the first 4 rounds? It was crazy.
It was a record, right? I think it was a record, right?
I was mind blown about just boom, 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 boom. Just keep
Shoemaker got drafted early, bro.
Early, which I mean, I understand he's a good blocker. He'll look good in the system, and I think a lot of that was hype from Harbaugh. So Trigg is too good to hold back, and for some reason they have him listed as the number 2 on the depth chart.
Smoke.
Full smoke. Yeah, I got him as my guy too. Like I think he's going to ball this year. So
I got him at tight end 3 because my guy, I've been an honest guy for a minute. I wrote an article about him. Unfortunately, Beamer didn't use him the right way, but I'm not going to knock Beamer because everything I hear out of South Carolina right now is stupid. He got Spencer on his A game. Juice Wells is on his A game, but this isn't a Gamecock show, so we're not going to go that way. But there's a transfer from the Gamecocks that went to Florida State and Jaheim Bell. I got him too. Triggs 3, obviously Bowers is 1, right? Like that. Those are my top 3 tight ends. I just think the ceiling for Triggs is through the roof, bro. Like
it's a monster. So I mean, it's Evan Ingram-ish.
Yeah, Martellus Bennett, Evan Ingram, like that type of, like his footwork is good. He's got good hands. He does pretty crisp routes for a tight end. He's a big fella. I don't know. Something hasn't clicked, but it looked like in that spring game, shit was clicking.
Yeah, it seems like it's finally up on the board right now, and I think he knows it's a good year for him. You know, he's finally clicking in the system, and I don't think they're going to run as much as they have been. You know, so I think that you're going to see some highlight from him.
Ooh, now see,
hey, week 5 when we talk about this again, I'm gonna tell you right now. Trig. Put it on the board.
I love it. All right, but see, now we're going to hit these running backs in a second, but in the green room, I was shocked a little bit, and maybe this is why Trig is getting a little more pepper, a little more targets. Is I know this gentleman because he was here for a long time in New England for me, okay? And when he left, I cried a little bit because I knew things were going downhill. And that's Charlie Weiss, right? But now his son is assistant offensive coordinator. He didn't have that title last year, right? Last year that was all John David Baker. Like he was OC and that was it. I think Lane saw a little something in the mind of my boy Weiss here. So maybe that opens up the passing game, right? What are your thoughts there on Weiss Jr.?
I mean, good pedigree, smart dude in general, as it is. You know, Dad's been killing it on the radio show, you know, NFL Network, you know. So I just have to – Lane doesn't need a ton of help on the offensive side, but the fact you're willing to bring in a guy with a name and groom him because you just basically groomed him lately, and you're going to give him a little more range, just a little more nugget, and I really love the move for co-offensive coordinators. So I think you're gonna love it too.
All right, we touched on running backs. You don't think they're gonna run as much, but in the spring game a little bit, they did a little bit of highlighting, right? They put the walk-on Fred McAfee. Well, if you don't know about him, you want to go watch a little film. 15 carries, 80 yards, and a TD. I know, I get it, dude. It's Judkins' team. It's his backfield. I get it. They only gave him, 11 carries for 47 yards, but he caught. This is the one that I like a lot. 4 passes for 44 yards and a tutty, bro. He wasn't really involved in the pass game last year, right?
Yeah. Getting look. I mean,
it was
hard
weird
to do when you're banging 130 yards a game out. Like,
I get it, but like the fact that they gave him 11 carries off rip, dude, and he got 44 yards receiving, that's 11 yards per catch, dude, and he scored. I like that, and the fact that he's in the pass game means that with a healthy guy, and shout out to my boy Oliver, right? Our guy Oliver, he put me on to Ulysses Bentley. He said, "Yo, I know you like Evans, I know you like Judkins, but there's a guy back there that you might want to look at." Ulysses Bentley the fourth is a dude, okay? And he's healthy now. He got hurt last year and didn't get many carries. Bro, he had 10 for 83 and a tutty, bro. Like, you doubled Judkins on one less carry. so there's that. He's an older, I think is he a senior?
He's senior, yep.
Yeah, so Lane knows this dude. Lane's not that. He's going to highlight his seniors, and if they got a chance to make it to the show, he's going to put them on display. So I think you're going to see 60-40 Judkins Bentley this year. McAfee might get in there and change a pace. What are your thoughts in this running game? Can my boy Bentley eat?
I think it's smart that, they're finally giving Bentley some love. Being a senior, it's your time to shine. Judkins obviously was balling last year. I mean, when you shut Zach Evans out of the room, basically, and, you're doing something. Bentley's been injured.
You say shove him out of the room, bro. He almost had 1,000 yards. It was like 968, right? And he had like 6 touchdowns.
In that offense, I expect you to. I mean, to be honest with you.
Right.
That's why, I'm with you. I think Bentley gets it. I think they're not going to run near as much. I still think they're going to either base it around the run. You kind of have to with your quarterbacks. But they're bringing in a quarterback that likes to dump it off, likes to spread the field, likes to throw it deep, and can throw it deep accurately in comparison to who they got on the roster right now. So Bentley is going to be much more of a focus. I would be shocked if you don't see a ton of two-back sets, to be honest with you.
That's dangerous, bro. Especially if they put Sanders. If Sanders is the QB1, right, because he can run. He's been running since Oklahoma State. You put him back there with them two guys, yeah, good luck. Try to stack the box on that because someone's going to take it to the outside and go for 40.
That's the key.
You know what I mean? So let's hit the wide receivers. I know we touched on Marshall a little bit. Mingo's gone. He was the dude, right? You got Watkins. We touched on tight end Trigg. JJ Henry. JJ Henry went for 7 and 108. Right? Watkins went for 8 and 149 at Tutty. So there's talent there. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. This guy's name sticks in my head. He didn't have money, but he had enough. And that's going to be Brandon Buckholter, 5 for 35 and a touchdown. I think this is your dark horse here. I think this is your slot guy. I think this is the guy who's going to spread and open up the field for Marshall, as well as, Watkins. And then Trigg can just in between the hashes all day long. What are your thoughts on him? You think he can be the guy who can step up and take the pressure off? Be that security blanket?
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't know if he's going to be. I'm so worried that Trigg is their guy.
Okay.
And they're going to use everybody else as not security blankets, but as the opposite of a security blanket.
As pawns?
A decoy.
Pawns? Yeah.
So, and I think that's what is going to happen, unless, especially, if they're trying to get ahead. Now, if it's a knockout, drag out, 100% with you. I think it's going to be, watch them out. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see our tight ends eat. Who's going to mess with them? So, but that's what I'm worried they're going to decoy them. And
so you're looking at like run the ball, play action, right? To Trigg or Marshall. If not them two, you're going to dump it off to the backs out the backfield or Trigg slow. And then,
or absolutely spread and go.
If they spread and go, he's going to be a dude. If there's some reason they spread and go, there's no way you can cover that many guys.
I think Sanders gives you a different element. So we don't want to see 4 interception Sanders.
Right. So we talk about Sanders, but everything we hear is Jaxon Dart. So I don't want viewers at home to think that like Sanders is the guy, because right now, everywhere you look, everywhere you read, our lads, everything says it's still Jaxon Dart. And he hasn't done anything to lose the QB1 position. And Sanders has a lagging shoulder injury. So we'll see. But when you're putting up close to 200 yards and running for 75, I'm not too worried about that shoulder too much.
Yeah. That moment where OU was playing Texas and Spencer Rattler's the guy, and they got brand new freshmen in there. And they're like, Caleb, you're going to hear Spencer. Don't let Dart struggle. It will absolutely, he'll lay on his back. He will not see it happening. It's just what's going to happen.
Yeah. You don't bring in a senior with swag and talent to just let him ride the pine and not push the other gentleman in front of him. All right. Let's flip it to the defensive side of the ball, right? We got a couple guys here that stick out, but they got a newcomer in, and he's not a player, he's a coach. He coming from Alabama, Pete Golden, right? He's your DC. he's coming with a winning pedigree, right? Like he was the dude behind them in the national championship runs between I believe it was it 17 and 22 in between
Hey,
those.
he had a good run there,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he was with Lane when they had that run.
correct.
So, I mean, I feel like we've been talking about writing on the wall with that Alabama. You know, he went and got some old dogs. He's trying to teach new tricks apparently, and getting rid of the young bucks. And the fact that he lands in Ole Miss's lap like this is mind blowing to me.
I can tell you why.
I mean, they got to be boys. That's the only way you think about it.
Well, he's coming with some Louis luggage, right? He got the DUI last year.
I mean, I get that, but
I know, but in this day and age, with everything in college football that's circulating, right? You kind of can't afford to have any bad press.
Tell Jimbo Fisher that. Look who he hired.
I know, but Jimbo's been able to fall on the radar because of all the other nincompoops in the SEC, dude. So he just goes, I'm on. He pulled a Lane. Jimbo said, okay, I'm the hot topic. I'm going to do, you know what? I'm just going to fall back for about 3 months. I'm going to let all these other clowns put the red nose and a homie don't play that look on and just make clowns out of themselves. And they're playing the pot right now. We talked about it last night. It's crazy.
Yeah. I love the Pete Golden hire. I think it's an absolute one of the best hires of the offseason, by the way, by any coach.
And it kind of just like slid under the radar, right? Like nobody was really talking about it. I mean, like that's his homie. And they know how each other plays. They know how each other calls plays. They know what each other likes. They know when it comes to crunch time, what to do. So I think it was a home run. On the defensive side of the ball, I got a couple guys to ask you about. I have a feeling one guy you're going to be agreements with me. One guy you're not going to be agreements with me. Let's hit the linebackers. I know you're a linebacker guy. Is it going to be senior Kari Coleman, redshirt senior Ashanti Sistruk, or is it going to be my guy, Jeremiah Jean-Baptiste? Is that the guy that's going to be the dude coming from Central Florida, or are these other two gentlemen going to be the leader?
So I love Baptiste. We've talked about this. Huge move for them. They might be the most senior group in all of college football.
Yeah, there's so many.
I mean, senior. It's crazy.
3/4 of the defense is seniors.
It's crazy. And that's what I'm saying is because it's so senior, the young bloods are going to get looks.
They have to.
John Baptiste is going to rotate because don't get me wrong, that defense was not great by any means, and I think that's why John Baptiste comes over because Golding's like, hey, bro, these ain't my guys.
Yep. I agree 100%.
You know, I got some carrots over here. Let's get to eating. So,
my dude. All right, I'm with you. I honestly thought you were going to go with Kistruk, but I'm like, maybe not. We'll see.
No, Sistruk's going to play in the middle.
Right.
But Montgomery's going to push that. It's going to happen.
Oh, the Louisville transfer. You like Montgomery?
Yeah, I love Monty, man. I think again, these ain't Pete's guys. So and Monty was no joke at Louisville.
No, he was I think it was what 75, 80 tackles.
Yeah, he was a dog. So when you look at that and you're like, oh, well, this is the SEC. Listen, bro, I don't care. Vanderbilt plays in the SEC. We're done talking. So Louisville plays some dudes, right?
Yep.
And Monty is all over the field. He's everywhere, and he's going to get he's going to shine. So I think both transfers shine.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the secondary. You know, this is my department here. Who do you like better? DeAndre Prince or the transfer Jeremiah Walton? Or are you the nickel guy in Saunders Jr.?
I love Sanders. So John Sanders. He's a dude, bro.
Yeah. I figured I like Prince. he 6 foot, 170. I need him to gain a little bit of weight, but 39 tackles, 26 of them was solo, right? And this is the number that sticks out to me, Boomer. 11 pass defenses last year.
Yeah, that's dude. That's dumb.
It's a bulldog. You're in these dudes' faces. You ain't giving them any chances to get the ball. I like him a lot, but we can't have them being down in games.
I will tell you this: all the corners are transfers, right?
Not Prince. Prince has been there since 2019. He's Ole Miss bred.
Oh, he's gonna play left though. He's gonna play left. The right and nickel are both transfers.
Yes, Saunders.
Prince gonna stay there. He's the dude. So 100%.
Well, your boy Saunders is coming from Miami, Ohio, but he's a dude too, right? 10 pass defenses, 52 tackles, 35. So he's a dude.
Yeah. Hey, to go from Miami, Ohio to the SEC, I don't care what SEC school.
Yep.
You've done something. Okay.
Yep. Oh, I agree.
And if he shows out, right, we're going to have this thing. There's 2 players I absolutely couldn't believe got drafted as early as they did. And one of them went to the Commanders super early.
Forbes?
Yeah. I love him, right? He's a little guy.
I told you why, though.
He's a little guy, though.
Diggs has changed the game, bro.
Diggs called him. Diggs went to Alabama. Diggs,
he took 6 to the crib, bro. 6.
And I get that, right? And I understand that.
That's the way to look at it. They're going to be down games, and he can put points on the ball when the offense can't. Then it's a win.
Hey, he better, because until he gets stiff armed by King Henry, like Josh Norman did, I'm telling you, that's all I'm going to see out of that dude.
One more year, though.
And that's what I'm saying about Sanders is I think Sanders could have a year this year, and because you're going to have to pass against them to keep up with Ole Miss. It's just going to have to happen, and they're going to well, let's go after the new guy because we don't want to play against Prince. So mark my words, 60 tackles, it's happening.
I think so because he plays in that nickel back, right? So he's all over the field. He's that Swiss Army knife. Yep. He can be in the box, right? He can be in the backfield. He can be in coverage.
And he hits, man. He hits. So
yeah, he does. Yeah. But don't forget about the other
3 interceptions, too. I'm gonna throw that out there.
I see you. Don't forget about the Yellow Jackets transfer, right?
Yeah, like him, too.
My guy, Zamari Walton, right? 36 tackles, 24 solo in 12 games, 6 pass defense. He had a pick. He gets it done, too. I know he's coming from the ACC. So you kind of tend to but they had some quarterbacks, right? Jordan Travis was in there, Drake May. They got dudes. So he's going against top-notch competition as well. You got 3 dudes in that secondary that eat, bro. And they're like pit bulls in your neck. So...
And I absolutely love Ladarius Tennyson. I mean, headhunter. I'm telling you. A headhunter. And I like Young, too. Rasheem Young is no joke either.
Ladarius reminds me, I hate to say this, right? Because the numbers don't match up. But he reminds me of Quindell Johnson. I know it's not 100. He's not a 100 tackle guy. But the way he plays, right? Quindell was a freaking missile out there, dude. And if you weren't paying attention, the next thing you knew when you got up off the field, you were looking out the side of your helmet, right? So, I feel exactly, like Vladimir. I feel like Ladarius is that dude. And now you got cover cornerbacks where you can just roam, bro. You can go out there, and that tight end who's crossing across the middle and thinks he's got an open lane, you can light him up like a Christmas tree in December. So, I like it. I'm a fan of him. I want to see what happens this year. I want to see if he can upgrade the numbers. Because last year, it wasn't crazy. He played in Auburn, but he's been in the SC his whole career, right? It was his first year with Ole Miss, but he was in Auburn before that. So overall in his career, he's got over 100 tackles, 57 solo, right? Not many pass defenses because he just lights people up. That's just what he does. You'll catch it on him, but you ain't going to go very far. So
yeah, nope.
I'm with you there. Let's talk about these ends, bro. Is it going to be Ivy? Is it going to be Cedric Johnson? Or can the zero technique Joshua Harris transfer come in and just dominate on the inside?
So I think Harris is going to dominate. I think obviously Harris and Ivy are both going to play opposite of each other.
Right.
He's
But coming to Bowling Green now, so
I understand that. There's some dudes come from Bowling Green every now and then. You know, we
I'm sorry,
get a few.
That wrong. I don't think it's. I think I had the wrong gentleman. Hold on, let me make sure. That
I still love Pegasus, man.
Who?
Like Pegasus.
Oh, dude. I mean,
JJ.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He a big cat, bro.
Yeah,
that is not a small dude. I mean, he's not somebody I'm going to walk up and push around. I'll tell you that. I mean, he's 315.
My problem with Harris is he's just zero. He's like Ika, right? He's just zero technique, and in the NFL, where's the longevity? Your guy and Pegasus, however you want to say it.
I'm gonna call him Pegasus.
That's fine because he's a different breed. 6'3" for your weight, you're just looking at a rock, bro. Good luck trying to move that guy, right? 26 tackles, 15 solo, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Like he gets it done.
Hey, 15 solo tackles from a DT spot in rotation.
2 pass defenses. You're a big guy that gets his hand, so he's aware. Right? That's the thing. Like he's got football IQ. He's always watching where the ball's going. I'm with it. I think your dude's gonna eat. It's just going to be interesting to me, like because there's just a lot of moving parts. Can Randall Joyner, the defensive line coach, can he get the best out of these guys? Can he elevate Ivy? Can he elevate Pegasus? What you call him? Pegasus? Can we JJ Pegasus? Can we elevate him? But you know, you got guys like Tavion Prada, who's only a junior. He's a dude, right? I know he's third string, and then on the defensive DN side. Don't forget about the young guy, Jaden Hicks. I know he ain't got many time, but if there's an opportunity, he's a dog, bro. He's going to get in there and sniff it out and find a way. Boom. I said 30 minutes, bro. We're at 37. It's hard for us to do this.
Hey, can we just, I understand. Can we just bring up one name?
Go ahead.
Shane Hawks. Jackson State.
He's gone. He decommitted.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
I thought they had a dude.
He came in and rolled out. We talked about that right before it happened.
Like he literally was there for 6 days, and then he bounced. But I thought he was going to be a guy. I really did. Yeah, it's 775 yards, 10 touchdowns, almost 70 receptions, 6'4", 205. That would have been a guy for them, right? It didn't work out. But
maybe it was maybe the SEC homework schedule is too rough. I don't know.
But a guy they did bring in, coming out of Liberty, right? Deshaun Anthony, DB, 6'2", 205. Bro. I know he only started one game for Freeze last year, but if somehow, some way he gets in there, if they rotate him at the nickel with your guy, watch out. Because I think he's
that could be a fun one for sure.
Yeah. So, like I said, those are the guys coming in. The guys going out. Obviously, they lost Braxton Myers at the DB. They lost Malone, Taiwan Malone. Like he was a 63rd overall prospect in the 21 class. So that's a big one. I know what I just saw. Buckholt is gone. He hit the portal as well at the end of the month. So I ain't got to worry about him being the dude. He's gone.
I got a funny one for you, right? And This is a game I promise you and me are going to be watching. Ole Miss versus Tulane.
Ole Miss.
September 9th.
You want to know why? Because who's at the running back position? I know they got that young kid, right? The kid come in. He's got the hype. He's not Tajay Spears. I'm sorry. Right?
But Tajay is a different breed.
But they got a different breed of quarterback, and he ain't getting enough freaking love, bro.
No.
Like Michael Pratt.
That's going to be a fun one.
I don't know why Alabama didn't try everything in their freaking power to go get this kid out of Tulane. Like, throw the bag at him, whatever. If he came and transferred to Alabama, Tyler Buckner couldn't even have sniffed a seat at Alabama.
I agree.
You know, I like so they open up. See, this is what I don't get, bro. Who are these guys?
Bro, Mercer, I don't know.
Is that a high school team?
this ain't gonna happen. Once OU and Texas roll in, they can't do it. It's gonna be 10 games. They gotta play 10 games. So in conference, so
It's disgusting.
it's 14. Will be 14.
And they play in
16,
Oxford,
16
bro.
teams?
So, like, what are they, like, right down the road?
Yeah.
I don't even understand. Is it a community college? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who are these dudes? But outside of them, the next game after that, you said, is in Tulane. Ooh, Yulman. You're at Yulman. I don't know, bro.
That could be a fun one. I mean, and normally you're going to like just come in and not expect whatever. But after Tulane won the Cotton Bowl, I promise you that's on Lane Train's board. Guys, we are not about to take this L. So
No way. Yeah, no. And then they got there's that home against Georgia Tech. Week 4 at Alabama, huh?
do they got a tough stretch?
Then they play LSU and Arkansas, bro. I mean, I get it. They're at home. I like LSU this year. For some reason, my gut keeps telling me that KJ Jefferson can be a top 5 quarterback in this draft class. I don't know why it keeps telling me that, Boomer. Why? Why? Is it because NFL GMs are stupid and they just look at the mobility and a big arm and they're like, okay, he's a dude. Like,
Listen, I ain't trying to be rude, and I love KJ, right? I mean, he lives right down the road. So, but he ain't better than Felipe Franks, and that dude's playing tight end in the pros right now.
did you just say he's not better than Felipe Franks?
Yes.
Boomer.
Hey, I've said what I said, bro. But Felipe Franks was a freak athlete, right? People do not talk about it. This dude was drafted in the baseball and football. He was a prime prospect. He's an absolute cannon for an arm. Listen, I'm going to see KJ in a couple of days. Him and Trey Norwood have a football camp, and my boys are going to it. They don't know that yet. I might have said it too loud. But Trey's holding a thing soon, and I don't know. And then Traylon Burks and KJ Jefferson having a camp soon together. So listen, I love KJ. I just don't think he's an elite quarterback.
640 rush yards, 9 touchdowns, right? 68% completion, 2,600 yards, 8.8 yards per attempt, 24 touchdowns, 5 picks.
You just said 2,600 yards in college.
Yeah, because he ran.
I would tell you that's below average.
He ran for 700. Dude, he had a total of.
There was a quarterback recently that we can talk about that went to Ole Miss that was drafted by the Carolina Panthers who had better stats than that.
Matt Corral had more than 31 total touchdowns? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure he had 700 rushing yards.
That's fine. But you can't put him in the same rushing category as KJ Jefferson. Their body type is different. KJ could take out a linebacker. Matt Corral would get juiced.
I mean, I'll agree with that, right? But we can't say he'll take out a linebacker until he gets absolutely smoked by one.
Bro, he's 6'3", 242. That's a linebacker.
And I get that.
That's Henley.
Agreed. But I just don't trust his overall pass. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong because I will dive more into it this year, right? Do I think he's a top 10 guy? Yes. Dude, this quarterback class is good. It's good.
It's good, but it's fluff, bro. We got guys out there saying JJ McCarthy is going to be a first-round draft pick already. Like, no.
Yeah, Todd McShay said that, not this guy.
I didn't say you. I said there's guys out there. He's a respected man in this community. I can't wait for I pull it out of my buttocks, Chris Sims, to come and tell me that what's he gonna say? JJ's number 2 in the class? Like, he's better than Drake May? Because I got a feeling that's coming soon, right? Like, and if any, Kyle, I love you, buddy. You're my Auburn guy. But if somebody tells me that Peyton Thorne is that dude again, I might vomit in my mouth.
Yeah.
He ain't the dude. They're better off running Robbie Ashford if they want to win games. In my opinion. I'm sorry, Kyle. We'll talk about it. I already talked to him. He's coming on the show again. We're going to break down Auburn, me, you, and Kyle again. But I don't know. All right.
Hey, so, my kid just flushed. He knows about Peyton Thorne. So
I love it. We're gonna break down the schedule. Give me a record, and then we're out. Mercer Bears at Tulane, at home against Georgia Tech, at Alabama, at home against LSU, at home against Arkansas, off. At Auburn, Jordan-Hare Stadium, oof. At home against Vanderbilt, at home against the Aggies, at Georgia. Bro. ULM Warhawks at home. I don't even know who they are. At Mississippi State. And then FBS schedules put it in there being nice to them.
So I'm going to give you I'm going to give you two games that are a toss-up for me. Okay? Yeah. Arkansas is a toss-up for me.
And Auburn, right?
No. They run shop over Auburn. I'm sorry.
So are you going to go with A&M?
You got to go with the rivalry game. It's the Mississippi State game. It's a toss-up. Right?
Listen,
so Arkansas
if Will Rogers hit the quarterback, it's a win.
I just think Ole Miss is deeper, and that's the only reason why I can say that. Right? I think they have a better running back than Mississippi State. So that's the toss-up games.
Yeah.
I think they start 3-0, and then they lose 2, right? Maybe lose 3 with Arkansas. Right? So they could be 3-3 off the rip, by the way.
At the bye week.
So they could be battling to get to a bowl game. And
I think they lose to Auburn, bro.
See, I have Mercer's a win. I'm going to say Tulane's a win, even though I think it's going to be a close game. I really love that one. Georgia Tech, I think, is going to be a win. Alabama's a loss. Alabama, LSU is a loss. Arkansas is, I don't know. That's my toss-up.
They're home, so there's a chance they can pull it out.
Auburn's a maybe. So we'll say they're 4-2.
Okay.
Right? Even though I think that's going to be a really close one with Arkansas.
5-2.
So Vanderbilt 5-2. A&M, I got no idea.
I
don't know which A&M team's getting off the bus.
Hey, listen to this one. Okay, I'm going to go. If Wegman is your dude, and all signs are pointing to Connor Wegman being the QB, bro, Ole Miss ain't stopping Evan Stewart, Connor Wegman. It's not happening.
All right, so now we're 5-3.
Okay.
Best possibility.
5-4.
Then 5-4.
6-4.
6-4. And then 6-5.
Bowl eligible, but you ain't in the SEC championship at 6.
That's what I'm saying. No. So you're either going to be 6-5 or 6-6. Or sorry,
7-4.
7-4. Or 4-7.
That's terrible.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think 6 wins is the minimum. I think they can get to 7. But the Arkansas and Mississippi State games are really, really tough for me. If they can flip a switch on one of a team, A&M particularly, they need to win that game.
I agree with you. There's some games that they should be in it, where I think they could fall out at the end.
And Jimbo needs to win that game too, by the way, because
hey, Hugh Freeze got to win that game too. This is his first year, bro. When it comes to stiff competition, you got to win those games. You got to, plant your flag early and let them know that you ain't here to mess around. So this schedule isn't going to be easy. Boomer, if we get less than 6, are we talking about the outhouse?
Yeah. He's off there nuts.
If we go into the outhouse, where we going next?
Wherever Lincoln Riley might be going to be the head coach. He ain't going back to USC. I ain't saying that. I'm saying as like an offensive assistant.
So you think he's going to have to take a back seat for a year or two?
Here's why I said if he doesn't go up, he's done.
Yeah, he's been here. He has.
Yeah.
Has he got
that guy's been all the way to the NFL, right? He's been at USC. He's been at Alabama. So he needs to make a big move. So
on his own, has he got past 7? Once, right? I think he got
Once.
8 one time.
Yep.
That's not. Those aren't good odds, bro. Like I get it. They say he's a good coach, but I haven't seen it. Like I haven't seen it pop off the page to me. He's not really elevating his dudes, so we'll have to see. I like it. This was a good one. It's hard for me and you to stop talking in a half hour. Like I feel like it's always close to 45 minutes to an hour. It don't matter what show we're on. It's always an extra. You know what I mean? But we had to break it down. It's Lane Train. I knew it was going to go past 30. I wanted to stay at 30. I just knew it wasn't going to happen.
Hey, got to get that bonus content.
Yeah. So
that's where you run Rebels, baby. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So this was great. We had a long week, dude. We broke it down. Where you want to go next? I want to throw something out there. I didn't even talk to you about it, but I think it's just time because this is when we're beginning. I want the people at home. Willie's not going anywhere. I'm sorry. Willie's going to stay in the highlights. But who do you want to see in the intro? What teams?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean,
let's revise the intro, right, Boomer? Like it's a new year.
It's time. It's time. I mean, gonna have to get some new folks. I might have sent you a small clip of somebody that I want in mine.
Okay.
So you might have seen it. He might be doing this.
I saw him. I saw
the new
how I was walking in yesterday.
Yep. So that is going to be one without a doubt for me. But yeah, I mean, we might have to get some.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm cool. But listen, I'll bring in some Tajay or maybe some Nick Anderson and Dorian. Like we might have to throw some defensive guys in this one. But listen, I want input from the fans, right?
100%.
Tag me and Boomer. Tag CFB Nation. Tell us what teams you want us to represent in the intro, and we'll get it done. It's time for a facelift. You know, every once in a while you gotta clean it up.
Hey, it's just like College Game Day. We got to have a new intro. You know, might not be changing the song, but we might be changing the people. So
that's it. I'll be Lee. I'll just change the headgear every week. You know, that's me. I'll wear the new mascot head. I got you, my man. But this was a great episode. I love it. Anytime me and you can get on a show and just talk shop. And
always
defense, college. We can talk about the circus, dude, and we can make this a half-hour episode. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, I appreciate you, man. You got anything lined up this weekend?
No, we wouldn't watch Guardians of the Galaxy tonight, so that was great. Good time. So it was
without a spoiler. How was it?
It's how like in general, Guardian of the Galaxy has been really kind of funny, go after like whatever, and kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Which not really my bag. This has been a lot more serious movie, and I was here.
Star-Lord's him?
I loved it. Yeah, Star-Lord is him. He's him. No, Star-Lord ain't him anymore. Rocket is him.
My guy. Yeah, my kids love Rocket, bro. That's yeah. All right, I can't wait. I might have to take them this weekend. They're only 4. They're gonna be 5, but
there might be some words in there for them kids. But
they got I'll give them headphones, bro. Like, listen, they're a little more advanced than normal 4-year-olds. So I can't get them off the damn Minecraft, bro. It's so difficult to get them off.
Well, I understand. Mine was on Fortnite, so
yeah. Listen, when they get to the Fortnite thing, Daddy's getting a gaming system, and now I'm gonna break the controller and show them how it's done. It's been a while, all right. But
hey, Uncle Jared might be sending one for Christmas then. So there's that.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Boomer, I appreciate the hell out of you, bro. This has been a good one.
Same.
Take us away.
Hey, until next week. Let's go.